It's me, Alegra. Today I am so excited because I finally got my dog's Louie. I finally got his DNA test results back. Guys, I'm so excited to share his results with you today and let you know what he is, because guys, I haven't had any idea what breed he is, and everywhere we go people are always asking me, they're like, what kind of dog, what dog is he, what kind of dog is he? And you know, I have no idea, because I don't know if you saw my other video, but I was in Sturgis, South Dakota for work, and so there were these people on the street, and they were just on the street. Actually, what happened was my husband was walking down the street in Sturgis, and there was a family there. So there was so many people, guys. It was bike week, so there's millions of people on the street, and we go there every year and we work for bike week, and my husband does tattoos. So what happened was he was going for breakfast with his friend one morning in Sturgis, and there was a million people, like always during bike week, and he heard this puppy, he heard puppies crying, and he was like, what's that noise, you know? And there's a million people and there's motorcycles, but they were so loud that he heard them over, you know, the motorcycles and the people, and I mean, guys, you can't even walk the street, it's so crowded. He heard the dogs, this puppy crying, and he looked around, and then he saw these two little puppies who were with these people that just looked in pretty bad shape. And they saw my husband looking at the puppy, and they said, oh, do you want him? And my husband was like, why? You're giving him up? And they said, yeah, you want him, you can have him. So my husband was like, sure, you know, yeah, of course, I'll take him. So he took the puppy, and I was upstairs in my room, in the room that we were staying at, and he opened the door, and he had the puppy in his hands, he had Louie in his hands, and then I was like, oh my god. And for me, I was just like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? Because my other dog had passed away, and so I always had my threesome, that's what I call them, my little threesome. So, you know, without my third dog, it just always felt like, well, of course, because I missed her so much, and so there was just like a hole, there was just like a missing, you know, it just felt like somebody was missing. And I kept thinking, well, maybe if I get another dog, you know, I won't feel like somebody's missing, you know, because actually my dog April died, and it's just really horrible for me, guys, because she was just my whole world, and she was a little spitfire, you know, she had a lot of fire in her. She was a little Gemini, and she just was so quirky, and she was just, oh my gosh, she was just my whole world. And she and my other two dogs are very sweet. They're both Chihuahuas, and they're very calm and quiet, and my dog April was just the fire starter of the house, and she would always go and cause, you know, drama. She was a drama queen, that's the word. You know, it was always like not as exciting without her, you know, not as much fun anymore without her. I was just so sad without her, and it was like a year since she had passed away. And guys, she was really sick. She had diabetes, and she was really old too. I mean, she was pretty old for a dog, but you know how it is, guys. Like, if you have a dog, everybody says 15 is old, but for me it was nothing, you know. It was like nothing. It was like no time, you know. She could have been a puppy to me. So when my husband opened the door and he had the puppy, I was like, oh my gosh, you know. I was so happy. Guys, to make a long story short, Louie was in really bad shape when my husband left him with me in the room. He was covered in fleas. He had whooping cough, and he was just doing horrible. He had something where he would just scream and scream and scream like he was traumatized. And so actually, when I went outside with him later on in the day, I just happened to bump into the family that originally had him. And because it's a small, even though it's a million people, it's a small town. It's just like one street, so you do see a lot of the same people. So they were on the street, and it was a family, and guys, it was really pretty horrible. I wound up speaking with them, and they told me, you know, I hate to say it, but guys, they did tell me, they said, you know, that they weren't able to take care of him, and they had these little kids, and the little kids told me that they weren't feeding him. You know, they felt bad. They felt bad that they couldn't feed him, and so he wasn't getting food, and there was worse things, guys, that the family did tell me. You know, they thought it was right, but, you know, it's not right. Like, she was kind of telling me that they disciplined the dogs, and so maybe that's why he was so traumatized and he was so stressed out and he was crying, and like I said, he was covered in fleas, and they didn't really have money or anything to take care of him. So I'm so glad that I was able to get him, and now he's home with me, and I got him all better, because he was really sick, guys. But Ned, I didn't know what he was though, and I had asked them, what, you know, where did you get him? And they were very, very sketchy. They, you know, they didn't, I don't even know to this day. I wondered, did they steal him from somewhere? Because the whole thing was so sketchy and so strange, so strange. So I'm just glad that I got him, and he's doing so good now. And so I did want to know what he is. So I got his DNA tested, and you just, all we had to do was put like a cotton swab in his mouth, so there was no needles or anything, and then you just mail in the DNA. So we finally got the results back. So guys, I wanted to share with you Louie's DNA results today, so I got them right here on my phone. So guys, I got Louie's results right here. So it came back that he is 75% Chihuahua, 12% mini pincher, and another 12% mixed breed of some sort of terrier or sporting group dog. It says they don't know exactly. So that's pretty awesome, guys. And the funny thing is, I wasn't expecting this, but guys, you're not going to believe it, but on this DNA test of him, it turns out that one of his grandparents was a U.S. show dog, a Chihuahua U.S. show dog. I guess when they're show dogs, they have to submit their DNA. So they had his grandparents' DNA on record that his grandparents is a Chihuahua U.S. show dog. So the other 12% that he might be is a Jack Russell or a sporting type dog, which they don't know. Like, there's, I don't even know, guys. It was all pretty big dogs, like Weimaraners and Cocker Spaniels. So I don't know what was going on with Louie's family tree, but he's so smart, guys. He's so strong. He is amazing. He does flips. He's and guys, he is a little fire starter. He's a little drama king, like April, my other dog, was that went to heaven. And guys, the weird thing is, I also think he's a Gemini, like my dog April was, because he, you know, the people said he was, I think they might have stolen him or something, because they didn't know anything about him. I hate to say that, you know, without proof, but they didn't even know when he was born or anything. So I think that's pretty weird. Actually, I'm not even joking, guys. I'm going to go to Sturgis again this year, and I'm hoping some random way that I bump into them, and I want to ask them, I'm going to try to get some more info out of them about Louie, because now that he's in my life, I just want to know everything about him. I would love to know his real birthday, but I guess if I never find out, you know, what are you going to do? But it's just funny because he acts just like April. And like I said, she is a Gemini. If you told me he was a Gemini, I would not be surprised, because he acts just like April. He's always guarding his food. He's always starting drama. He's always in everybody's business. He's always having fun. He loves people. April loved people. She loved to go out and meet people. And he loves to go out and meet people. And my other Chihuahuas, they hate people. So it's you know, guys, I'm not saying I got April back, but sometimes I do joke around with my husband, and I'm like, it's like April came back to me, because he acts, his personality is exactly like April's. I just joke around, and I'm like, it's like April came back, and this time she came back in a little boy's body, because she was a little tomboy. Anyway, she wasn't a girly girl. I said if she was in heaven, she would have wanted to come back as a boy, because she was a tomboy. So I don't know. I'm so silly, guys, right? Anyway, I hope you babes are all doing good, and yeah, so thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you soon. Bye.